Here we go. Liam Smith in the red and white. Jessie Vargas in the maroon and white. Scheduled for 12 rounds at 154 pounds.
Now I'm used to Liam Smith being the slow stalker, tight guard, steps forward, waits until you open up with a lot of punches, and then throws a lot back.
Jessie says his biggest advantages in there are his speed, his ring IQ, his explosiveness, and footwork. He says he doesn't see anything that Liam can do to have an advantage in this fight.
There's a nice body shot from Beefy.
No, stop. Nope. Right. Push that down. Let's go.
Do you agree with Jessica, that Liam Smith is a basic fighter?
I think he is a basic fighter, but I think he uses it to his advantage. Like I said, he's got a very tight guard. He stalks towards you really slow, one step at a time. He'll even let you throw a ton of punches until he figures out where he needs to land his punches. And when you get close enough, he throws killer uppercuts.
Right hand from Jessie, who said, "You will see my power, and Liam will feel it." And Jessica, you know, sometimes fighters, as they get older, they lose some of their attributes, but they never lose their power. In fact, sometimes it gets even better.
Yeah, I think power is not going to be the problem here, especially if Jessie's got a new strength and conditioning coach. He's moving up in weight. That's when you really want to test out your power, see how hard you can hit, see what you can take from somebody that's bigger than you.
Liam on the front foot here, trying to bully around Jessie a little bit.
Jessie's popping that jab real nice here in the first round.
Jake, you fought in these big crowds, a lot of buzz. What's the first round like compared to the other rounds of the fight?
It's the worst, man. It's like breaking the ice. You got to get in there, get rid of the adrenaline, get rid of the nerves. And once you get cracked in the face one time, you're like, okay, this is what I do for a living. I feel comfortable, and it's just like another sparring match.
And it does look like Jessie's sitting down on his punches.
The thing I'm nervous about for Jessie Vargas is he throws great power punches, but he opens up so wide, and I don't know if Liam's going to be able to get off his punches when he does that.
Jessie usually a pretty quick starter, but he's at times has faded late.
I'd say he's really controlling how quick he's starting right now. He's being very conscious of how much effort he's putting in. He's not moving his legs too much. He's not throwing a ton of combinations. He's being very smart.
It looks like Liam is starting to get a little bit of Jessie's rhythm here on that coming forward pressure.
Chris Mannix, Chris, mind your language.
From Nonito Donaire, the unified bantamweight champion who you mentioned working the corner in this fight. Vargas initially brought in Donaire's wife as that strength and conditioning coach you were talking about after the loss to Mikey Garcia. Donaire, Nonito Donaire that is, started work with Vargas right before this camp. Nonito told me the focus right now has been on Vargas's balance, working to keep him from falling forward too much when he punches. Vargas describes Donaire as his brother and says you will see in this fight a totally different version of him.
Are we seeing a totally different version so far, Jessica?
So far, I think he's very composed. I thought he was going to come out really wild and really just over the top, especially from what we saw from a lot of the media this week. But he seems to be composing himself, but this is only the second round.
Oh, that's a slip, according to Willis.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone gets a cut from a headbutt. They are both leaning in here, leading with their head early on. Once they get tired, that's only going to increase.
Jessie, a world titleist at super lightweight, 140 pounds, and at welterweight, 147. Tonight, though, he's at 154, but believes he can carry his power up. Nice shot there.
He is planting that jab. We really are in the Garden because he is planting that jab.
He's listening to his corner. Nonito told him to stay behind that jab, keep throwing it.
Give it up.
Liam always has that high, tight guard. Jake, what do you make of that guard? You employ it a lot?
You know, I don't think so. You know, those uppercuts like Jessie just hit him with, he's wide open. He just has to come with shots up the middle, and he's not doing a good job of defending that jab. It's getting through the guard. He needs to either close it more or get rid of it, get a new method going.
I think sometimes people will substitute moving their head for a high guard, but like you said, Jake, if you're not doing it right, it doesn't matter.
And Jessie's doing a great job of picking that apart right now. There it is again.
Jessica, do you prefer fighters that have that high, tight guard?
I prefer all fighters. I don't care who you are. I do not discriminate.
Nice uppercut there from the Brit. Digging downstairs has Jessie against the ropes.
Both fighters going to the body, which is something I like to see. You don't want to be a headhunter because that's not going to get that other fighter out sometimes.
You know, England and Ireland don't get along a lot of the time, but it seems like most of the Irish fans here tonight are cheering for Liam Smith.
Yes.
Well, both men, Jessica, offensively, it said that the most fundamental punch is the jab. Defensively, what's the one thing you have to learn and do well as a fighter?
I think you have to move something, whether it's your head, whether it's your feet. Sometimes fighters can't do both, and they can do one or the other. And I think that's going to be the instrumental thing here. You can punch, and then you can move. That's what's going to help.
And that's what Nonito was saying to Jessie in the corner. He said, this isn't a staring contest. You always got to be moving.
I asked Jessie, what will Liam do better, or what does he do better than you? He goes, the only thing he's going to do better than me on Saturday night is get hit in the face. Pretty even fight, though, so far.
Watch your head.
Vargas, 32 years old. Liam Smith, 33.
I think that's still a young age for these guys to be talking about retirement. I mean, I understand if you've had a long record or a long resume, but I still think they're young and they can still go for some more fights.
Well, we know Jessie Vargas has had political aspirations, put his campaign on hold. Focused on this fight. He said, you know what, I'm not done yet. I might get back in the political fray, but I'm going to show out on Saturday night and then assess my options. How would you rate Jessie Vargas so far, Jake?
He's looking good, and I think he's pacing himself better than he did in the Mikey Garcia fight. He does look like a new and improved fighter. You know, he's been sort of inactive, but right now he looks young, he looks snappy, he looks fresh. You just got to keep this pace.
And right now, Liam Smith has a cut, it appears, over his right eye.
I don't know if that's going to be of a punch or clash of heads. I'm sure they're looking on the tape now to figure out which one that is.
Well, Jake was clairvoyant, telling us one of these guys might get cut soon. And I've got blood on my sheets, so be careful.
Oh man, I got a white shirt on.
Jake,
I'm backing up. I ain't done this commentary thing before. This is my first time. I don't know you get blood on you.
Oh yeah.
You might. Hey, they take returns at TJ Maxx though, Jake. If you want to send back.
Hey, yo, this man's just dissing my shirt.
Both fighters taking big shots from one another.
Don't palm.
I actually love TJ Maxx.
Sponsorship opportunity there for you, maybe. But Liam does have a lot of blood coming out right now, and that is a target that Jessie's going to hone in on.
We're starting to get some of these one-shot, pot-shot kind of offensive efforts here. They're not really setting things up with multiple jabs or anything. It's just one big shot after another.
And I think that comes from the animosity that these two have against each other. They're angry. They want to get that knockout and make a statement.
All right, round 4. And it looked like it was indeed a clash of heads, Jake, as you told us might happen.
And that's the worst. As a fighter, getting headbutted, there's nothing you can do about it. And if you receive the worst part of the headbutt, it could change the fight.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of swelling. Doesn't look like there's blood going in his eye. So it looks like he's probably caught the best part of a headbutt.
How about Jessie, though, trying to take advantage? He's trying to be the bully now.
That's what he's got to do in order to win this fight. Target practice on that eye. Keep coming forward.
puts Liam Smith on the front foot.
I think the fighter that starts throwing combinations is going to be the one to come out on top here.
And Jessica, how does it change you as a fighter in the ring when you either are tasting your own blood or you see that you've got your opponent bleeding?
Well, when you see your opponent bleeding, that just hypes up your adrenaline. You want to go for it. That's target practice. But if it's your own blood, for me, that would excite me too. Like, oh, you think you got me? Okay, let me show you what I really got. There's harder things than being punched in the face or tasting your own blood in life. So,
have you been cut before?
Yeah, in my last fight, I had a cut right above my eye, and it started to bleed into my eye. So there was like this red Instagram filter over my eye. I couldn't see anything.
Well, you know, it was Tyron Woodley who couldn't see your right hand, and he wasn't cut. So you did okay there.
And it's all about perseverance. And we'll see if Liam can work through this cut. But it does look like there's a little bit of blood going into his eye.
Getting through a fight like this with an injury like that only makes you stronger for your next fight.
Hey, this still feels like a 50-50 fight, though. Either man can win this one. Very close rounds.
Oh, a nice liver shot from Liam Smith there, and he is from Liverpool, so he is looking for that liver. Ooh, he's going to work now. Right, another liver shot.
Oh, Jessie with a right hand. Big one.
Right, big hook. And these boys are going at it.
Oh, and Liam came in and cut Jessie. Now Jessie's busted open.
Both of them.
Big shot downstairs for Liam.
Jessie can't hang out on these ropes. The more he hangs out on the ropes, the more shots Liam's going to throw off on him.
Both of these fighters said, don't be surprised if we steal the show.
This is absolutely electric. The crowd is getting amped up. This is what boxing's all about. This is what I live for, man. Wow. And Jessie seems to be breathing a little bit heavier in the corner. So let's see if he can keep that pace. I think this one might be determined by who has more heart and who has more conditioning.
Liam's corner told him to move his head while he's throwing the punches. Keep your head off of that main line. So you have to dodge and punch at the same time in order to be successful. Ooh, big right hand by Liam.
Let's check it with Chris Mannix. How do you have this score?
Yeah, Todd, I've got it 2 rounds to 2 right now, dead even. But I'll say this, I'd like to be in Liam Smith's position more than Jessie Vargas. Seems to be closing the distance really well over this last round and a half. And one variable to consider, Jessie Vargas has been really good early in his fights, but has faded late. So Liam Smith, he will probably have an advantage in the later rounds.
Jessie Vargas does seem to be a little winded, whereas Liam seems to be very composed and coming forward.
Watch your head, watch your head. Break, step back.
Well,
watch your head.
Jesse was very adamant that he's in peak physical condition. A new training camp, new trainer with Nonito Donaire, his wife. He said, I'm going to hit harder, and I'm going to hit harder longer. As we look at the power punches, you talk about even Steven Jake. 58 to 58.
Almost the identical number of punches thrown as well, 183 to 180. But Liam seems to be coming forward now. And Jessie Vargas was running in a political campaign, but now it seems like he's running from Liam Smith.
Nice left hook, and then a right hand from Liam, who's closing the distance, trying to impose his will.
Jessie Vargas saying how he's going to throw harder and he's in peak physical condition. That changes when you add the element of coming up to a different weight class. You may think that you're in the best shape that you're in, but when you're coming up against bigger guys, that might not be enough.
Both of these guys bleeding profusely now.
Jessie being very smart, staying off of the ropes. Every time he feels the ropes on his back, he comes forward and pushes Liam back to get off of the ropes.
Big right hand from Liam. Back goes Jessie again. good round for the Liverpool native.
Right.
But right now, these guys are having a hellacious battle. There's nothing easy about this.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you have to dig deep. You have to find a beast inside of you. And it's all about heart and passion and who wants it more. But something tells me that this fight is not going to go the distance.
Halfway through as of right now, 6th round. Now Jessie Vargas' corner told him to stay behind the jab, and that is not what he's doing. He's throwing big shots to the body, big right hands.
And now it's Liam who's almost exclusively providing the forward pressure.
That's where he gets his nickname Beefy from. Like a cow just coming forward. You can't stop him. Get out the way. Back to the liver.
Nice left hand downstairs from El Bifo. And then an uppercut. Jessie's got to fight back. Oh, ain't another jab.
Big punches landing. Overhand. Uppercut. Uppercut.
It looks like Liam is melting Jessie away in this round.
You see Jessie taking big gasping air in between punches, trying to catch his breath, trying to compose himself.
And Liam can sense it right now. He's turning up the pressure. He's upping the volume.
How do you like the body language, Jessica, for Jessie?
Jessie is showing me that he is not going to make it very long. Liam, the silent stalker, like I said, he comes forward just bit by bit by bit. And that small pressure does a lot to a fighter. Having to fight off the back foot, being pushed back, that makes you tired.
Jessie now exclusively fighting off the ropes. Steve Willis warning Jessie about a low blow. 45 seconds to go here in round 6.
That was definitely a second blow.
Nice uppercut from Liam on the inside.
Those combinations are helping Jessie because it's keeping Liam off of him.
And typically, in the 6th or 7th round, you see both fighters start to catch their second wind. So we'll see who has the better conditioning coming here up soon.
Another good round for Liam Smith.
Yeah, in any of my fights, unfortunately. But regardless, in sparring, you start to get that second wind. You're going to sort of do what Jessie Vargas is doing here. Stay on the outside, keep on moving, circling, staying away, backing up to the ropes. And Liam's taking advantage of that, which is what a great fighter does.
Saw a little bit of complaining here from Jessie Vargas. Usually when fighters start to complain to the ref, that's the first sign that they're not going to make it.
Let's check in with Tony Bellew upstairs. Tony, how do you see this fight?
I think it's a really good fight, guys. I think Liam Smith is taking over, and I'm surprised with Jessie Vargas's actions, because I thought he would play this in the second half of the fight. But Liam's dragged him into a fight after 3 rounds. I've got Liam Ford to ahead at this stage. He's the bully in this contest. This contest is going the way that Liam Smith wants it to go. He's backing Jessie Vargas up, and Jessie's counters are not having the effect that he needs them to have. Liam Smith ahead so far for me, guys.
All right, Jessica, everyone in agreement that Vargas is in trouble as he backs it away again.
That body shot looked like it hurt him.
I don't think Vargas was prepared for the power that Liam was going to bring. Coming up in that weight class is going to make a big difference every single time.
Man, Jessie's pants are falling down. They need to fix that in the corner. What is going on?
Well, his pants are falling down or that belt's riding up. Either way.
The corner's very worried about him being comfortable and him catching that breath and his eye, and not everybody's worried about all the other things that could hinder this fight.
I'd be worried about my pants coming down on live television. I mean, how many couple million people watching right here? Man.
Well, I think Jesse's more worried about being knocked down to the canvas, and that's the way this fight appears to be heading, as Liam Smith, as Tony mentioned, slowly starting to take over this fight. The last 2 rounds have been all his, and he lands another stiff right uppercut.
Liam is going to the body, to the head, to the body, to the head, and he's doing a great job picking this apart.
And you saw at the end of the last round, he was amping himself up. It looks like he's having fun. And when you can have fun in the ring, you get into this flow state. And you start to just operate at a different level. You don't get as tired, whereas Jesse is starting to fade. Looks like he's just surviving at this point.
Liam Smith said, I don't care what Jesse says. He's not all in. He has 1 foot out the door. He wanted to be a politician. I'm still all in, and I'll prove it Saturday night.
Now, I will have to say Liam is not just basic. He's showing us a lot of everything. He's moving, he's rolling, he's giving us pressure, he's changing levels. He's not the basic fighter that Jessie Vargas thought he was. We got a little adjustment on the pants there. Very little.
We got the pants pulled up.
Very little.
Good job in the corner there.
Now, Jessie Vargas's corner said, we're going to have to change plans. I need you to press forward now. So I guess the plan before was to step back, wait for Liam to come in and throw the punches, and that's not working. So now they're going to switch it up.
Well, hey, it's always good to have a plan B. There's nothing worse than trying the same thing over and over again if it's not working.
I agree.
It's hard to change up your game plan like that, you know, in the middle of the fight, when you're sort of down on the scorecards, and to just start coming forward all of a sudden against Beefy, Liam Smith, who is the heavier fighter, right?
Yeah, pushing forward physically is going to make Jessie Vargas even more tired. So that's going to be a problem if he's trying to throw off some big shots.
And Liam is literally beating Jessie Vargas around the ring right now. Chris Mannix is in the corner of Jessie Vargas with Nonito Donaire.
Nonito, what do you need to see from Jesse right now?
Well, right now we're working on boxing, but he's not doing that, so we have to change plan, which is to press forward. He's more safer there than leaving himself out with the jab, with the overhand and uppercut. So we want to push forward a little bit, so that way their bowling is changing. You know, both guys are tired. I know this is Liam's game, but this is the best thing, the best scenario that we can go is to press forward so that Liam stops.
He's taking a lot of punishment. Are you getting close at all to considering stopping it?
No, not at all. You know, he's doing it. You know, he's not wobbly. His eyes are focused on me when we're talking, so he's still there with me.
You got it.
Oh, there's a right-handed score for Jesse.
Right on the chin.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. You heard him say it, Jessica. Hey, we got to do this out of desperation.
He needs to be pushing Liam back, because Liam, once you train to go forward, you're not used to those muscles in the back working so hard. So he needs to push Liam forward so that he's backing up and throw and make him throw backing up.
And to give Jesse credit, I watched his fight against Mikey Garcia, and while he started to fade in the later rounds, he did find a second win, so we'll see if he can get to that here in a second.
Jessie Vargas is definitely used to those championship rounds, so he's not new to that at all. We just need to see him pull it out.
And he's been in there with the best of the best. You mentioned Mikey Garcia, also has been in the ring with Manny Pacquiao.
Getting a lot of head movement here from Vargas. He's doing more than surviving right about now.
And he landed some stiff shots in this round, too. Not sure it's enough to win the round, but better for sure.
Ooh, right on the top of the
This
head.
might be that second win that you were talking about, Jake.
Yeah, and sometimes fighters save it for the later rounds. When they know there's only a couple rounds left, they start to go into that reserve tank.
Hopefully it's coming forward with your head. Hopefully try to control your head.
Round 9, scheduled for 12. A better round there for Jessie Vargas. Let's see if he can keep some momentum going here in the 9th. Liam told us, I'm not going to stick around the sport to be a stepping stone. If I lose to a former champion like Jessie Vargas, I'll tip my hat to him and sail off into the sunset. But right now, Smith looks like anything but a fighter considering retirement.
Yeah, he told me he's eyeing that two-time world champion status. Right now he's ranked number 4 in the WBA rankings, so he wants to work his way up.
Chris, how do you have it scored through 8 rounds?
Yeah, I've got 78-74 in favor of Liam Smith. I just think he's taken complete control over the last 6 rounds of this fight. He's asserting himself physically. That brings up something that Liam Smith has been emphasizing all week long, that Jessie Vargas has not fought as a full-fledged 154, that weight classes matter, and that this was his weight class. He certainly is fighting like a true 154 right now.
A big right hand from Liam.
He just continues to stalk his prey, and now he's moving Jessie around.
He's wobbled him.
The referee getting closer.
He's got him hurt.
But you know Jessie will go out on his shield. He's showing a lot of heart and desire and determination as Jessie, even though he's been losing the last few rounds.
The referee is staying extremely close here for these exchanges.
Big shot to the liver.
There's a right that lands. And all of a sudden, Liam has Jessie in more trouble than he's been in this fight.
Jessie's feet are not under him.
He's just surviving this. The referees might stop it here. Big jab.
Jessie's fighting back.
Jesse's doing all the right things. He's moving on his feet, letting the referee know, hey, I'm agile, I'm good. He's throwing back his punches, letting him know, no, I'm defending myself. That's what you have to do when you're on the bad side of things.
Boy, the referee's as close as you can get without throwing punches himself.
There's so much blood. They're over in the commentary booth over here in the corner. I'm backing up.
It's like a blood car wash over here. But the body language and the face of Jessie Vargas tells you everything. He's determined, though, to finish this fight. 3 rounds to go. Liam Smith is doing the business to Vargas. A snapping jab, but look at Vargas trying to give you everything he's got.
Shot. The crowd's on their feet. They sense this.
They're stopping it. They're stopping it.
That is it. El Beefo, Liam Smith. I'm not done yet.
Wow. A big stoppage, and that is a statement coming from Liam Smith.
The official time of the stoppage, 41 seconds of round number 10. The winner